cans was toe in the back.
Everything.
Everything was on rip off. But now you know the way they cutting each other off, they already.
Ensure that you have a plan while you are in high school, moving forward once you graduate, and also have a post-secondary plan as well. And the only way that we can do so is to help you, to prep you, to plant that seed, to give you something to work for. I don't know if you ever heard of this quote where it says, a man without a plan is a lost man. So I'm about to give you a better life. And all that I want to do is to give you a chance to succeed, to have a better life. In a quick turnout, I have able to gather a team for you that will speak to you about the stories, their pathways that they have taken of how to become productive in this society. So if you can please kindly give them your undivided attention, take notes if you will, because they have taken time out of the busy schedule, left their job to be here, to share something special with you, but for you. Because we want you to understand, we don't only live in the present, that you also live for the future.
During the school that morning, they saw me in line. They were laughing. Because back then it was, I don't know what they do now for food stamps, but back then you had to go stand in line to get your food stamps.
The small habits that you have is what will form your character, because those will stay with you.
Good morning. You're right, good afternoon. My days, I don't have, my days rotate, so my Monday can be a Thursday, my Thursday can be a Sunday. You know, if you do wrong, you're going to jail, not me. I can't go to jail for you. You go to jail yourself. If you do right, you take the right path. Always hang with people. Birds of a feather flock together, right? If you hang with good people, you do good things. If you hang with bad people, you do bad things. That's just the bottom line. So I come to say I don't want to take too much of your time, but I'm here to say that the mentor program, get with someone, that the mentor program worked for me with he's the Alumni president now.
Someone that you probably would not know now, but he knows you very well. Okay? He takes time to know every single student for Miami Edison.
I'm a store myself, a moving company, and I own a small U-Haul dealership. But my main job is really dealing with Miami Edison. That's my heart. I love you guys, and I really want to see you guys. The stories that Patrick, Dominique, I want to hear stories about you. But like Patrick said, it's who you hang with. Choose your friends wisely. I always said, follow people that's smarter and better than you that you can learn. That's why Pat, my best friend, I had to learn from him. I'm not as smart as him, but I hung with somebody smarter than me, so he tutored me while I was in school to get to where I'm at now.
Many students, not only to graduate, but also to have a career. And at this time, I'd like to present Ms. Paris Lawson.
Good
speakers, if I stood here, you could not see me. You could see my head moving. I want you all to see me. Not only to hear me, but to see me. So, there's so much I can tell you, but I am, and share with you, but I am so respectful.
Your attention kindly, and I know right now you guys are very antsy, but just give me about 5 more minutes of your time, please. Thank you. Minister.
What up? What up? Y'all give me some of that energy. What up? What they do? Listen, I'm only going to take up this time just because I want to introduce you guys to these great brothers that I've met. I'm not going to even talk about me. I'm going to talk about us, right? Come on up here, Nate. Nate is an alumni from Edison. Come on up. Y'all give it up for Nate, my homeboy Nate. We got Pop Nanton from the Circle of Brotherhood. Some of y'all ain't seen some of these brown shirts moving through y'all hood, right? But we everywhere, right? And what we do, we are black men solving our own community problems, right? And some of y'all, right? Some of y'all might not understand how we got here, right? Now, as I see y'all in these seats, I'm thinking, man, I wish I could go back 30 years and go back to high school. But unfortunately, I can't go back, right? Because if I could have went back, I would have graduated. But I didn't. Because see, I was a professional knucklehead. You know, I was growing up, you know, I started smoking marijuana at 13. Yeah, I'm talking y'all language now, right? Because some of y'all probably smoke weed. I ain't gonna actually put your hands up. I ain't gonna snitch on nobody, right? Some of y'all already probably smoking, right? And I know some of y'all probably got tricked. Some of y'all got tricked like me in thinking that marijuana wasn't a drug, right? I got tricked, and what that trick ended up costing me was 20-some plus years of addiction, which led me to smoking marijuana, snorting cocaine, smoking crack, right? Popping pills, right? And being homeless. So I started smoking weed at 13. In elementary school, 6th grade, I started smoking marijuana, and I went to school high every day, right? And so what happened was, it began to progress. I went from drinking every day, but I turned out to become an alcoholic, right? Right? And so I dropped out of school in the 9th grade. And I started gang banging, and I picked up them pistols in the streets. I started selling crack. And I started gang banging. I joined the gang in Compton, California. I was a Compton Crip, growing up in Compton, California. Right? And so what that did, I became a career criminal. See? And see what that career did, I got a promotion. And you know what that promotion led me to? The state penitentiary. And see, I stayed in that state university for 15 years. In and out of jails, prisons, and drug programs. Because I got tricked. I started smoking weed at 13, y'all remember? And I know some of y'all ain't got them not yets. Not me, oh no, not me. Because I was a cool, sporty dude in school. I was a class clown. I was handsome. I wore the freshest, flyest clothes. So I thought I had it going on. Right? Until I took that hit of that marijuana. And it grabbed me by the throat and said, come here, I got you. I'm saying that to say this. The Circle of Brotherhood is a nonprofit organization right here in Miami, Florida, right? And most of the guys that you see on the stage, they got the same story I got. Some of my brothers done did 20 years in prison. Stand up, Albert. 22 years in federal penitentiary. Right? I got another brother who just came home from doing 32 years in prison. And he was innocent, wrongly convicted. Y'all probably saw him all over TV. He just came home from doing 32 years in prison. Stand up, Jay. Years in prison for nothing. This ain't a game. We don't come to play with y'all, man. We trying to save y'all from going down that path that we went down, right? Some of y'all probably heard about the Hunger 9. Those 9 crazy black men who went against themselves by starving themselves and not eating for 21 and a half days to stop the gun violence in your community. Some of y'all friends, some of y'all know people in y'all personal life that got killed by gun violence, right? And so we decided we was desperate and we wanted to bring some change to our community. And we said, man, we tired of the balloon releases. We tired of the candlelight vigils. We tired of the marches saying stop the violence. We said, man, we got to do something different. And we got desperate. We got to do something that's radical. And we said, well, what we going to do, Brotherhood, our lead organizer? Stand up, Leroy Jones, the lead organizer for the Circle of Brotherhood. He came to us and said, man, we got to come up with a plan of what we going to do. And we said, Brotherhood, what we going to do? And he said, we're going to go on a hunger strike. Huh? Brotherhood, you say a hunger strike. So how long we going to do this hunger strike? So you mean we're going to go without food? For how long? We didn't know. You mean to tell me we're going to sleep outside on 62nd and 12th Avenue? And leave my wife at home? I got a beautiful wife at home. I got to leave my wife and go sleep on the streets to stop gun violence? Is that what you calling me to do? God, that's what you calling me to do? You mean to tell me I got to call my supervisor on my job and say, listen, I'm not going to be able to come in because I'm getting ready to go on this hunger strike. Huh? We all had to go get physicals, right? So we had to go to our doctors and get our doctors to approve us even going because we had brothers who had diabetes and other things going on with their health. Some of us was on medication. So some of us, we got to eat. We had brothers that was desperate enough to stop eating, to risk their lives because they want to save your life and your friends' lives, right? 21 days and a half, I didn't eat anything. We didn't eat anything. Hunger 9, where y'all at? Stand up. Brother Melvin, these the brothers that sacrificed themselves for y'all. I want you to understand something. I'm wrapping it up right here because I'm saving a little something for the high school, the 11 to 12 graders that's coming behind y'all. But I'm going to say this to say this. Brotherhood!
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 Who do we serve?
Our community!
Who do we serve?
Our community!
One brother?
One hood!
One brother?
One hood!
Clap it up if you still here. Yeah! That's what we do. And we start because it's deliberate. It's called momentum. You got momentum because you in these seats. Build on your momentum. Ain't no going backwards. See? We go from slow to fast because we're not going back to slow. So while you here, build up your momentum. And I'm going to ask y'all this question before I sit down. You got 2 things you want out of life, right? And you got a choice to choose from these 2, right? You can be motivated or you can be empowered, right? How many of y'all want to be motivated? How many of y'all want to be empowered? Let me do that again. How many of y'all want to be motivated? How many of y'all want to be empowered? I think empower wins. And you know why? Because motivation is temporary. It's external. But when you're empowered, it comes within you. And there's nothing greater outside of you that God has already put in you. You are somebody. Don't let nobody get it twisted. I'm the street minister. I love y'all. Thank you.
Alright guys, I really hope that you guys got something out of this. Listen to me carefully, guys.
Get outside with it, feeling like I'm on 3. Being tender about I'm trying to expose you, not me. Trying to make introduce me, they hate me. And it's to the feet. Right there, I niggas, I'm in all when it's all. Coming crazy, I don't reach to this. To this. Too much air.
Had to cuss up the thought that was on the type of bus quick, get your so I'm trying to get a little talk, but I'm fat to my brother like it's no. I know my think I'm out here chicken on another the whole time I was out here. Let's get it.
Oh, we see money, now we get loud, huh? The first time I participated in this activity, there were 700 people in the crowd, and the speaker had a $100 bill. I sat 3 rows from the back of the room, and I was dressed to the nines, and I did my war. And I walked up to the stage, I said, "Sir, may I have that $100 bill?" And everybody else was
Circle of Brotherhood to come out and talk to you guys.
I spoke early. We let my 2 brothers speak. So, we have the attention. So the first thing that I want to do, and I know this probably haven't happened to no one in this room in their life, because you don't know who you are yet. And I can feel greatness because I feel the energy. So I want to bow down. To each and every king, every male, each and every king, and each and every queen. Sincerely. So let me ask y'all a question. I only have a few minutes. Can I keep it real with us? Can I raise your hand? Can I keep it real? Raise your hand if I can keep it real. I'm talking about really, really real. Real. Okay, thank you for the permission. So normally when they call the Circle of Brotherhood out in our community, it's about a shooting or a killing, right? The last time I spoke to some young men, maybe about 16 or 17 years old, it was in TGK. They was getting direct fire. Okay, don't listen. Whoever don't want to listen, don't listen. I'm gonna be the one that visit you at TGK. So if you don't want to listen to it now, then listen to it when I visit you at TGK. Okay? So these young men, they was direct fire, meaning that they had got done charges that were so heinous that they was going to charge them as adults and put them in adult prisons. And so I remember going to Edison, you know, and I remember when my life started spiraling out of control around the end of the 9th grade year. And when I got to Edison, when I got to Edison in my 9th grade year, I started spiraling out at the end of my 8th grade year. So I got to Edison in my 9th grade year. I spiraled out of control at the end of the 9th grade. I transferred to Miami Central in the 10th grade. I spiraled out of control at the end of the 10th grade, and then I got to Miami Northwestern in the 12th grade. Right?
Here are your afternoon announcements with Matthew.
And so I want to tell you
teacher.
because
If so, come to the Future Educators of America.
there were some of us in here now
October 17th.
that's walking through life and you feel lonely. And so you reach out to other lonely people and people like you to make you feel better about yourself. And so I say to our young men, because we mostly talk to young men, you know, the streets out there, it is ready to do its thing to you. It's ready, it's been ready. I served 22 years in federal prison straight. So my daughter died when I was in prison, all my grandparents died when I was in prison, all my uncles died when I was in prison, all because I didn't know what I was going to do when I wasn't real nigga. You know what I mean? I wasn't square. You know what I mean? You know, like a lot of square dudes, you know, a lot of y'all, walk around here and y'all look at square dudes like they square. You know, square dudes make good grades. Do you know square dudes finish school? Do you know square dudes don't go to prison? Do you know that the real young sisters that really know they work and they wealth, they don't really mess with real niggas? You know that they'll mess with squares. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying?
I just got one question, right?
What's the
What's the difference? Look, right? Because somebody can perceive you as a threat, right? But once somebody gets into your face, right? Some people will call you a real nigga, but you're not really looking for the trouble.
Right, so square people don't want trouble. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to be in prison. So you have to determine who you are. So we're in the circle of brotherhood. We're coming out here now to let you know that you are greater than you think you are. You are better than you think you are. You don't know what you're going to be in life. But kingship and queenship is waiting for you in this life. There are people every day that grow up like us and are successful. Brother, you stay in the same community. That some of our same people stay in. Brother, the only probably difference between you and other people is your dedication and your drive. Everybody has the same ability to be great. And so when you live in a household and live in a community that always tell you that you ain't nothing and you ain't going to be nothing, I'm here to tell you that all of that is a lie. All of that is a lie. So each and every one of us are great. So I'm going to close with these words. Sometimes you have to hear these words from somebody that you don't know to believe. When somebody say, I love you, and don't want nothing from you. So the circle of brotherhood, we are here because we love you. We know there's great potential in you. And guess what? I went to prison for something that I did. I sold drugs. But guess what? Almost every day, as real as I thought I was, I cried in prison. I cried in prison. When I lost my daughter, I lost my parents, I lost my grandparents in prison, all because I wouldn't follow my mind. And I knew that I was doing wrong, but I got so far out there. But guess what? I got a brother that I'm going to bring up, and I'm not going to tell his story, but he was innocent for what he went to prison for. No, you're about to know. So I want to bring up my brother. Thank y'all for. So I want to thank y'all personally, and I want y'all to feel what I'm saying. You know, because somebody don't have to know you to say that they love you. So I feel so much energy in here. I feel so much greatness in here. Even if you don't know about yourself, you should start saying to yourself, because this is what I say to myself. I'm the best man that God has ever sent to the earth. I don't know this, like, I don't believe this, but I know this with all of my heart. I'm the greatest person that God ever sent to the planet. You looking at it. But guess what? You are too. But you got to know it for yourself. You don't need nobody to validate you, brother. You don't need nobody to validate you and tell you that you're great. You just keep, right? You just keep listening to the same thing over and over and over again. You know why? Because you already know you're great. You don't need nobody to tell you you're a queen, sister. You ain't got to get no dude to tell you how great you is and how good you is and guess what's coming after that? Guess what's coming after that? So you don't need that when you can tell yourself that you're a queen and you're great, right? So I want to bring up an innocent baby. An innocent baby. And I'll let him tell this story. I thank y'all for giving me y'all time.
Excuse me. Unlike everybody else that been up here, I'm not asking for your respect. My character and demeanor demands it. So you gonna listen. I ain't been on the street 6 months. But we're going to get this straight, and it's the last time we're going to have this discussion. Seriously. If I catch you talking while I'm talking, or you're not paying attention, y'all excuse me, but I'm going to ask you to get your ass up and leave. Are we good? Can we do this? Yes, sir. Understand this. Everybody that's on the stage, this sacrifice is coming to God. I got a whole lot of stuff to be doing that I could have been doing other than being on this stage, because I'm still trying to put my life together. But I cared enough to come, cared enough to listen. Everybody that got on this stage want the best for you, but you gotta want the best for yourself. Y'all feel me? Yes, sir. What happened to me, my circumstances, I didn't let that define me. I didn't let it stop. Sometimes in life, what could be the worst thing that ever happened to a person can end up being the best. That's if you don't let it get the best of you. Instead, let it bring the best out of you. So today, I stand in front of you. I'm a published author. I ain't been on the street 6 months. I'm a published author. I own my own clothing line. I own my own publishing company. And I ain't been out 6 months. What happened? I heard somebody say earlier, how you know he was innocent. I asked the state attorney, Kathleen Fernandez, woman, because she told the judge I was innocent. And she's the state attorney. If you want to know who I am, Google me. Thomas R. James. Google it. agree. So they waited 7 months later. They came in charge of the project. Yep. Yeah, we out to this day. I have been pushed by homicide. You know you're great, man. You already know that. I ain't even have to tell you that. That's right. Okay. What's going on, great? How you doing? Nice to meet you. David Victor. You already know state.
Yeah, but you know, I'm glad and throughout medical, I was in the program because I wouldn't.
No, they got a law that if you already was convicted of a crime, then you don't get compensated. So normally, a person that's wrongly convicted is entitled to $50,000. So actually, what they're taking from me is 1.6 million. But it's a lot of money. But it's small in comparison to the 32 years of my life I lost.
Let's get this photo, fellas. Let's get this photo.
Ricardo. Nah, that's look at that.
So I thought I was talking to you. When I see him, I thought I was talking to you. So how did that experience feel?
It was like difficult, but I think I learned my lesson. But it was like middle school, 8th grade. I stopped fighting, and then I stopped fighting for like. Losing my 6 years? Yeah, wow, and you fight.
So let me tell you, so you know that you're a king and you know that you're a king. Shake on. Shake on. What about you? Okay, hold on.
Let me tell you about because kings listen to the people when they actually give good advice and also, right? Can also take criticism.
Right.
And kings bring energy, queens also bring energy. Jake is one in the same. One in the same. Same title.
So what are you?
For me, a king. I stand out. A king, right? Basically.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Basically show energy when it's needed. And I need to put my foot down when it's needed, and I need to take criticism when it's needed.
Yeah, so you're balance.
Oh, because look, I kind of yes. This might be
okay.
Let's
get this photo, y'all. Let's get this photo.
Like I learned king criticism from anime, a few anime characters.
You got it. That's great.
I'm gonna try not to get it.